Welcome to the fourth lesson in this course. In this video, we'll learn about plugin elements. So we'll have a look at the two types of elements that you can use with the Stripe Marketplace Express plugin. So let's get into this lesson. So the Stripe Marketplace Express plugin has two types of elements. First, the Stripe Marketplace token element and the SCA element, which stands for Strong Customer Authentication. And we'll discuss them both to get an understanding of what they do. Let's now talk about the first type of element, the Stripe Marketplace token, and we'll also discuss how to use some of its action calls. So the Stripe Marketplace token element can be used when trying to convert a form into a token, but you'll need to place it on the page and call it from within the workflow. You can use this element to create a credit card token, a bank account token, or a PII token, and PII stands for Personally Identifiable Information. But to use the token, you'll have to add another workflow that will run when the token is created. So for example, when a card token is created, you can create a customer that's linked to the credit card, or when a bank account is created, you can create a seller that's linked to the created bank account. But future lessons will discuss the workflows in more detail. Now let's discuss some of the action calls you can use with this plugin element. You can create a lot of useful calls using this element. For example, you can create, update, and delete a seller, and the seller can either be an individual or a company. You can create, update, and delete a customer. You can create a bank account, create a card, create a charge, or create a refund. This is just to name a few, but you can read more on the type of calls you can make by reading the documentation. Let's now talk about the second type of element, the SCA element, and we'll also discuss how to use some of its action calls. So the SCA element is primarily used to meet strong customer authentication requirements when setting up the payment process. And you'll also need to place the SCA element on the page in order to use it. You can also use this element to access a previously created session, which is related to pretty much all other SCA related action calls. Let's now discuss some of the calls you can use with this plugin element. You can create a session, you can redirect a customer to a checkout page, you can clone a customer's payment method, you can create, confirm, and capture a payment intent, you can retrieve a customer's payment methods, and you can also create a billing portal session where users can upgrade or cancel a subscription plan. Again, this is just to name some of them, but you can read more on the type of calls you can make by reading on the documentation. And that brings us to the end of lesson 4. In the next lesson, we'll learn more about the different types of Stripe user accounts. We'll even see some examples of how to create or connect accounts using the Stripe Marketplace token element. So if you'd like more info about that, then go ahead and check lesson 5.